Formula One is the most competitive sport in the world. When we came into the sport, we had to fight to get into a competitive position. We did that, joining in 2005 and winning by 2010. Within a 5-year period, we turned the team into a championship-winning organization. And so long as we turn up at each race, get the best out of ourselves, the drivers, the team, the reliability, the strategy, the championship tables deal with themselves. Focus on the things that we control. In doing that, we were able to win races in every single season bar one. And then once we got a competitive power unit that Honda provided for us, suddenly we're back in the hunt, we're back in the game with all that hunger back into a winning situation. But even with a race that you win, there's things that you can do better. There's always something that you can improve. You're always learning. Life is a journey at the end of the day. And a motor race is a 2-hour snapshot of that. And there's always something that you can learn, that you can improve, that you can do better. And then you carry that knowledge, that know-how into future events. You've got to push yourself. You won't get anywhere in life through being conservative. And I've always pushed myself to the limit. As a result of that, you push the people around you, take them on that journey. And I suppose I've applied that philosophy, in everything that I've done. I've pushed myself, pushed the team, you push the boundaries. I think that fear of failure pushes you on, and having achieved that success, it becomes almost like a drug that we've got to get back to that. We've got to get back to that situation of winning, and it becomes addictive in many respects. And if it doesn't hurt when you lose, then you're not in the right position or in the right role or the right job. And I think it really hurts if we don't win a race. What drives me? I'm naturally a competitive person, and I've always, enjoyed competition. I've always enjoyed working, within a team of people and winning. Winning, there's just no feeling like it. Whether it's achieving a checkered flag first or sealing a deal to get on a car, that's always what's driven me. Has always been about the competition. Mercedes went through an incredible winning spree, longer than we certainly did, and at some point that was always going to come to an end, whether it's through complacency or whatever causes that. And I wanted to make sure that we were the team on the upward graph to capitalize on any sign of weakness. You will not meet a more determined personality or driver with more commitment and passion than Max. And the team just having this inner belief and again, pushing all of the boundaries, operating at a level that was taking ourselves out of our comfort zone, whether that be world record-breaking pit stops, aggressive strategies, attacking strategies, taking calculated risks, high risk, high reward, and with very much an attitude of we've got nothing to lose. We've got to throw everything at this. And I think it just in the end came down to desire, that there was more desire. And the way that we applied ourselves as a team under massive pressure, we dealt with that pressure, in a very together manner. You can't control what people think of you. People will have an opinion, they either like you or they don't. That's their prerogative. And I think that just learning to let go of that, learning to let go of wanting to be liked, I think downward spiral. Yeah. And probably at that point, because obviously then there's, are the team up to it? Is Christian up to it? Blah, blah, blah. You just got to let it go. You got to believe in yourself and do the best you can, and you'll be judged on that at the end of the day. For me, there's no better feeling than winning, and when you've won, you want to win it again, and then you want to win it again. But for me, the next challenge as well is really the next chapter for the company, where not only as a chassis manufacturer, but as an engine manufacturer, taking a business from scratch. We built a factory in 55 weeks. We designed and fired up an engine within 12 months. These are ridiculous timescales that we're operating to, but again, it just typifies the can-do culture that there is within the business. And so, for sure, the next challenge for us is as an engine and power unit manufacturer to take on some of these iconic brands. Come 2026, when a Red Bull car pulls out of the garage with a Red Bull engine powering it, going up against Ferraris and Mercedes and Audis at the time, and so on, is going to be phenomenal. I think it's an added benefit. I mean, what I do, it's a people business, it's a people sport. And you've got a broad cross-section of people, whether it's, the design side of the company, the research and development side, whether it's the operational side, the manufacturing element, whether it's the race team that travel around the world. So from Monday to Thursday, I'm the CEO of a high-tech business, and for 22 race weekends of the year, I'm the team principal of a high-performing sports team. So it's a question of which hats you wear, obviously for which role. And I think the biggest education I had was learning to work, with people, to listen and to try and create a culture of inclusiveness, of one that inspired confidence and creativity. And everybody's different, so there's no set rule. I mean, I'm sure I'm a very different person to a Ron Dennis, who would allow you to have a glass of water on your desk and no pictures of your family or anything, and you'd have to wear a suit and tie to work. At Red Bull, we've got much more of a jeans and t-shirt culture, and you want to have a picture of your family on your desk, that's fine by us. We have deadlines of when things have got to be done by, rather than saying it's a 9-to-5 job, because Formula One isn't a 9-to-5 job. It's a competition and it's a sport, and we're competing against some of the biggest teams in the world, so and some of the biggest manufacturers in the world. So it's about what collectively we do as a group of people, interpreting those rules and regulations, and how we work as a team, as one entity, that makes the difference. And I think I'm grateful for the time I had in the race seat to experience some of the emotions that a driver goes through. I think that it gave me a great insight into some of their pressures at a much lower level. So the management within the team has been, for example, I've been there it's my 18th season. Adrian Newey, one season behind me, and many of the senior managers of the team have been there for a significant period of time. And it's a question of always looking inwardly as well, to say, okay, where can we be better? Where can I be better as a team principal? Where can we improve the design philosophy of the car? Where can we improve operationally our pit stops, our strategy, our development curve, our reliability? So you learn more out of the races that you lose than the ones that you win, but you're always learning, and you can never afford to be complacent. So it's a matter of constantly striving to say, where can we improve? Where can we be better? How can we sharpen our processes, our approach? Because you're always learning. Every single race, you're learning something.
Well, high performance is everything that we do. Obviously, ultimately, it is the car, but generating and focusing your performance into all aspects that contribute that is everything that we're about. So it's getting the most out of people, being the best that you can be, focusing on your, understanding where your weaknesses are, understanding where your strengths are, and it just encompasses all aspects, of competition and life in many respects. You have to focus on your weaknesses, because I think that by understanding where your weaknesses are, it only adds to your strengths. And I think even with a race that you win, there's things that you can do better. There's always something that you can improve. You're always learning. Life is a journey at the end of the day, and a motor race is a 2-hour snapshot of that, and there's always something that you can learn, that you can improve, that you can do better, and then you carry that knowledge, that know-how, into the future events. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything.